It's come to my attention that Taylor Swift's fans don't know how books work. And by that I mean they don't understand how pricing or distribution works, and neither does anybody else. So this video is going to help with that. So all of this conversation came about because Taylor Swift announced that she was going to put out a picture book. And apparently that's just a lot of photos from her latest concert, the Eras Tour. And she's also going to make it available as an exclusive at Target. And a lot of people are really upset about this because they thought that she was a reader, meaning that she really loved books and therefore loved independent bookstores. Doesn't she understand that that would be a big deal for independent bookstores that are already struggling, and this could be a very beneficial source of revenue for them? Her diehard fans very quickly came up with the theory somehow that her making it an exclusive deal through Target means that it's going to be cheaper than if she were to make it available everywhere else. Now, this represents a pretty fundamental misunderstanding about how book pricing works. If the book's list price is $40, which I believe it's supposed to be, then the book should be $40 everywhere. It will be $40 at Barnes & Noble, it would be $40 at Target, it would be $40 on Amazon, it would be $40 at Anderson's Bookstore, which is a local independently owned bookstore here in Chicago. It would be illegal for people to charge more than the list price here in the United States. Now, before you come in and say, well, but it's more expensive in Canada and it's more expensive in blah, blah, blah. Yeah, absolutely. Different countries have different prices because of the amount that it costs to get the book there and a whole bunch of other factors. But here in the US, if the list price is $40, the most that book can ever be is $40. However, a lot of people have this idea that independently owned bookstores, that smaller mom and pop bookstores, charge more for books than other places. Now, why is that? The reason is online shopping. A lot of people buy their books online. A lot of people buy their books from Amazon. That has created this belief independently owned bookstores are somehow charging more, or they are more expensive. And I need you to stop being shocked at that, because Amazon is pretty famous for discounting books pretty severely, because they know that you're not just buying books from them. You're buying bookshelves, you're buying socks, you're buying laundry detergent. Like, people buy a lot of stuff from Amazon and they're going to make up their money elsewhere. It's actually been a problem in book buying for a long time. I think an easy way for people to understand this is likening it to fast fashion. You see a dress somewhere and that dress costs $500, but then you see the exact same dress somewhere and it's $50. The question you should be asking yourself isn't, why is that one dress so expensive? The question you should be asking yourself is, what is the discount place doing to cut so much of the cost that it's so cheap? Obviously, books are not like fast fashion because you are still buying the same book everywhere. So thus, something must be happening to keep those costs much lower. So for example, here's my book on bookshop.org, which is a website where you can buy books and also support independently owned bookstores. But if you go to Amazon, here's how much my book is. You'll notice it is a lot cheaper. Is that because we've sold some kind of discounted book to Amazon? No, it's not. It's because Amazon keeps their prices artificially low to undercut all of the competition. That's not a good thing. So the list price is always the list price. Anytime you see it lower than the list price, that's because the big box corporation has decided they don't need as much of the profit from that book to keep their lights on. Amazon knows that you're going to be buying a lot of other stuff from them. Target knows you're going to be buying a lot of other stuff from them. Why is the price either closer to or exactly at the list price at that independently owned bookstore? Because they need all of the money from the sale of that book to keep their lights on, pay salaries, etc. This is their only business. They aren't also selling socks and dishwashers and bookshelves. So if Taylor Swift is publishing some kind of concert book with a lot of photos, and she's figured out that book should cost $40, and at the $40 price point, everybody involved with the book is getting paid, because believe me, that woman is going to ensure that she's getting paid, then that book is $40 everywhere. The question you shouldn't be asking yourself is, why is it so expensive here? The question should be, why is it so much cheaper somewhere else? Who isn't getting paid? Who is getting exploited that is causing this book to be so much cheaper? Swift's team making that book available to independent booksellers or Barnes & Noble or whatever is as simple as listing it on places like Ingram, which then allows bookstores to opt in, to purchase the book for their shelves. She could do this very easily, she's choosing not to. But it has nothing to do with the price. So, hope this helps.